do people know the difference between this and this? I'll tell you one last time. I was in Peru. I bought a gold mine in Peru, and there was these holes going up. You know, there's no rain. There's just barren hills, you know, mountains, all them the Andes. And I see these little holes up there. I go, what the hell is that, you know? And my little Inca guide says, we've been drilling for oil here for thousands of years, ass.
Oh.
I said, I'm not the first guy up here. No, you're not the first guy up here. My great-grandfather's been yanking this stuff out for years.
Yeah.
And that's what Pizarro came to Peru and killed them all, took their gold.
Stole their gold. Yeah.
Right. And so that's where the Spanish became the empire of the time. So it went from Spain, England, America. America's gone now. So that's what we're here to talk about today is, and we're old enough, the three of us, to understand that this here is real and this here is fake. But the most people would rather have this. This is the problem.
Robert, I saw one of those YouTube videos where the guy's on the boardwalk in Santa Monica. It's kind of like a jaywalking, you know, like,
yeah.
What's the name of the moon? The moon, yeah. But he's walking around with a chocolate bar and a silver coin. And he says to the people, he said, would you rather have this chocolate bar or I think it was a silver bar?
It was Mark Dice.
Yeah, and the people go, no, I'll take that chocolate bar. So they get a $2 chocolate bar, you know, or
it was a 10-ounce silver bar.
It was 10-ounce silver,
about $300
worth of silver.
And they'd rather have the chocolate bar than the silver bar.
No better. It's jaywalking America.
Yeah, and I'll say this again. It's the most important lesson. Poor people don't know the difference between real money and fake money. And that is what it comes down to. So it was in 71, this used to be a silver certificate. Now it's a Federal Reserve IOU. It used to be backed by gold up to, this was 64, it used to be, it was silver. And then in 71, Nixon took the gold out of it. Johnson took this out, silver certificate.
Yeah, I remember I was telling you that story the other night. I remember in 1964, where we're sitting around the TV, Johnson came on and said, silver has become too valuable to be used as money. And just as I'm sitting here, my dad said, that son of a bitch. They're going to take the silver out and they're going to leave us this garbage coin.
Yeah.
And he didn't really understand it, but he got it. And from that point on, he saved silver coins.
Yeah.
Where he had about $8,000 worth by the time he cashed them in 1980.
Yeah. And I was in South Carolina where I was home. And this guy said that his father ran the theater. And his father said they're just yanking out all the silver coins. The lesson again is poor people don't know the difference between real money and fake money. And that's why in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I said the rich don't work for money because it's fake. So, the reason I like to have Jim here and Charles is because this stuff is getting harder to find right now. And I was panicking because I deal with a lot of guys who have gold and silver. So I called my friends and said, we cannot get silver. I went, what? This is about, 7-8 months ago. We couldn't get silver. And I called these guys, we got plenty.
Jim has been very, very good over the years at making sure that the inventories are high. He could see when these runs are starting and stuff, and the premiums are starting to go up and stuff. And he's always put his clients first. Okay, we'll commit a lot of capital to make sure that our clients can come in the door and get gold and silver. The worst thing in the world is, these companies that say, well, give us your money now, and then, we're going to deliver your gold, or we'll send you your silver in 6 months or something. Don't do that. Don't do that. So Jim's just really created a name for himself in his ability to always deliver to his clients.
Well, I've always stayed ahead of the curve, that you can anticipate needs after 50 years in the business.
Well, not everybody can, because I was panicking. I was going, because explain the difference. Step back. You have the spot price. So let's say today the spot's $20. There's a premium on top of this coin, or this coin, should I say. What does the spot and the premium mean?
On that particular coin, it's typically between $4 and $5 an ounce over the spot.
So spot is the price all across the world.
Right. And then all of the products and coins and bars and so forth, they will be priced accordingly based on the availability, the demand, the cost of refining and putting them in the coins and shipping and distributor markup, dealer markup, our markup and all that. So there's always a premium that you pay to get the finished product.
That's like the tip at the end of the dinner. I was watching.
It was worse than that.
Yeah, I was watching Fox News this morning, Fox Business, and they were big about how she went. Where did she go? She went to the dry cleaners, and she charged her. She put it on a credit card for her dry cleaning. It's a tip 20%. She goes, "Why do I have to tip you for my dry cleaning?" People are so desperate to money because this is fake. It's terrible.
Well, because they can print it so much that the value is dropping every day. They print up billions every day. Look at the bills that they signed of $1.7 trillion. Where's that money coming from? Well, they've got to print it, or they've got to create something through a keystroke entry. That means all the rest of those Federal Reserve notes out there become worth just that much less every day.
Yeah, this is trash. So I'll say it again, the difference between rich people and poor people, rich people know the difference between this and this. And so the Republic Monetary Exchange, there's a lot of people out there. Dana Samuelson, my friend, is my expert in numismatic. And I was impressed because you guys had inventory. My other friend, Jerry Williams, was out. I said, what the hell? This is a while ago. What the hell's going on if it's running? It must mean there's something going on, because people would rather have this than this now, except for the ladies at Safeway.
But they know now.
I don't know. It fried their brains. Why would I give you $2 for that? And I said, that's the riddle of the day, ladies. They're laughing, we had a great time, but it fried their brains. And I said, I have a book here for you, it's called Fake. And this whole system is fake right now. Every time there's fake money, tyrants rise up because people know something is wrong.
So here we go in this country.
Right.
But Jim's attitude now about cash really illustrates that the government, the deep state, has won this war. Without legislation, without public debate, they have won the war against cash. They've been at war at cash because it's anonymous. They don't track you. They can't follow you when you use cash, and they've won the war.
Yeah.
And so the only alternative people have to be off the grid, not to be tracked, not to be surveilled, gold and silver. That's all.
So once again, this is 1964. I was 17 years old. I started looking at the thing like this. It was copper. The Romans did the same thing way back in the end of their empire. So what were they doing when they put copper in this thing? The law called Gresham's Law. What does Gresham's Law mean?
Bad money drives good money out of circulation.
So this money went into hiding. So I had bags of it. I used to go caddy, take my dollars, go to the bank, and pull out all the real stuff and hide the real stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. I was 17 years old. I wasn't the brightest kid on the block, but I just knew this was fake. I mean, this was fake now. And then I come back from school a year later, my mother spent it. So the lesson is, that was a powerful lesson. AARP turned it down. It says, you're cruel to your mom. I said, anyway, because poor people don't know real money from fake money. So what happened in 781, this became debt. In our company, at Rich Dad, we encourage people to use debt. This is my other friend here. He's a financial planner who doesn't recommend the 401k. John McGregor says, the top 10 reasons why the rich go broke. And one of the reasons they go broke is they don't have a plan for their money, but they have no idea what money is.
Well, and I've talked to people all the time that are multimillionaires. They sold their business, they did this, that, and the other, and it came into all this cash that's sitting in the bank. And he said, well, you think I should buy some gold with some of this? And I said, well, you know what they're doing with the dollar. You know that they keep printing them. They can't print gold. Now, you tell me how much you can afford to lose of all that money sitting in the bank, and I would say leave that there and get the rest of it in gold. It's a bigger risk having paper money.
It's appreciating. It's a guaranteed loss.
And eventually, these are going to be worthless. And we're in the 51st year of fiat money when Nixon closed the gold window. A currency has never lasted more than 50 years until now. And we're in year 51. So are we any different? Look what they've done in Venezuela. They were one of the richest countries in South America and actually the Western Hemisphere. Look what they've done to Argentina. Look what they've done in Cuba. Look what they've done in Mexico. They've the same exact economic principles that they broke there. We're doing the same thing here.
Somebody asked me once, how many paper currencies have gone broke, have gone worthless over time? And the answer is all of them.
All of them.
And the ones that people still hold are only on their way. They just haven't arrived at their final destination yet.
It's like I'm 17 years old in 1964 going, something's wrong here. And that's Gresham's Law. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm a rich person is I know real from fake.